Sometimes, the thoughts in my head become so convoluted that I can't adequately express myself. I spent so many years trying to project an image that wasn't authentic. Even now, it's hard to remember why I relied on those illusions for so long, but I did. And now, living outside that bubble, I'm trying to make sense of all the irrational actions and behaviors that once defined me. It started young. My mom always encouraged me to fit in. I've always been awkward, always stood out among other boys. I know she wished I could sit and talk about sports and comic books with other kids, but I had no interest. Instead of comics, I was reading the autobiographies of Gilda Radner and Estelle Getty in 7th grade. Instead of sports, I obsessed over award shows. I didn't even know how to play with other kids. We moved so often that I became accustomed to playing alone in front of the TV. Instead of toys, I cut out little pieces of paper, writing celebrities' names on them to create my own fantasy casts for TV shows. My favorite pastime was crafting entire award ceremonies. I'd sit for hours in my own little world. As I got older, I realized that most people didn't care about pop culture the way I did. Still struggling to fit in, I started exaggerating my interest in other people's hobbies. If someone I wanted to impress was into punk music, I'd study everything I could about the culture just to come across as more in the know. If they were a football fan, I'd pick a random player, memorize his stats, and be ready with surface-level knowledge. That feigned interest, paired with my natural optimism, quickly propelled me to popularity. People thought I was deep, but looking back, I wasn't deep. I was just the owner of many pools, every one of them shallow. It became overwhelming, trying to keep up with changing trends and athlete stats for things I didn't actually care about. But I couldn't stop. I couldn't let anyone know I was a fraud. That struggle with inauthenticity led to a lot of messy, confusing situations. If someone started to see through my act, I had a defense mechanism. Cut them out and paint them as the villain. In those moments, I would remind myself that I thought I was Meryl Streep, when in reality, I was Tara Reid. And I had to keep up the illusion of Streep-level poise and perfection. Shame has always been a strong motivator in my life. It led me to commit some audacious betrayals against people who loved me. People would trust me with their secrets, only for me to weaponize them in anger. I lacked true empathy. I was too busy keeping myself afloat to care whose trust I drowned in the process. I needed to survive. And my control issues? Dear heavenly gods. I was out of my mind, keeping my life as a sex worker so private for so many years. It left me with deep PTSD. And as I've written about before, it turned me into a compulsive catfisher. It took me years to realize that my catfishing wasn't just deception. It was a trauma response to the secrecy of sex work. I couldn't connect those dots for the longest time, but when that light bulb finally flickered on, it set me on a path of honesty and sincerity that I'm grateful to still be walking today. Even now, as I sit and write this, I wonder, why should you, as a reader, believe I've truly changed? Could this all be another performance, another bid for attention? Lucas is a self-confessed catfisher, liar, instigator. How do you know this isn't just another facade? And for once, I know I've changed because I don't care whether my words convince you or not. Because it shouldn't be my words that prove anything. It should be my actions. It should be the friendships I've nourished, the bridges I've either repaired or accepted as burned. It should be the fact that I don't have to exaggerate my emotions to convince myself I'm okay. I just am. Every day, I feel like I'm growing deeper into my own authenticity. I accept when I'm wrong, most of the time. I don't always need to be right. I don't need to learn about things just to impress other people. I can sit here and tell you Estelle Getty's autobiography is still one of my top 5 favorite books, and I don't give a shit if someone finds that weird. I created a lot of my own problems and expected others to save me from them. It's taken nearly a decade of self-acceptance to realize that my support system is so strong now because I live with love for myself and for those around me. I used to be in constant survival mode. And while it's ironic to say this during these horrid times, I finally feel like I can live and not just survive.